Merlin. Merlin. Are you ready to do some filming? Y'all, this is my doggy. I've mostly just been filming him going out in the yard. There's several times when I wish I would have had the camera handy when he was doing something. Look at how he's looking at me right now. He's upset. You'll hear me talking about it a lot. He's missing his mama, and she's got to be away right now with her dad because he's just been out of the hospital. So she's with Grandpa. She's with Merlin's grandpa. Okay, but he doesn't understand that, and he sleeps all the time. He's 8 years old. Look at this hair. When we got him, we've had him for about 3 months. Yeah, about 3 months, and he was just shaved close. But the pictures we saw of him, he had this mane down here. I mean, it grew 3 or 4 times longer than it is now. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to take it getting that long. I mean, it looked like a whole different dog. I like having him with the puppy cut, and I don't know. I just don't know what to do with this hair right here, because like back here and there's places. Back here you can see it's getting long. I think I'll just let it keep going, and I'm hoping that it will kind of like fold over or whatever. I'm gonna have to determine, am I gonna have to get that cut. But anyway, he likes to play. My wife says that's what he's doing whenever he's opening his mouth like that. I think I mentioned it before. He had 8 teeth removed. Right after we got him, we had to have him neutered. He was a breeder. He was a breeder for 8 years, and he got retired. And we had him neutered. And when we did, we checked his teeth. He had to get 8 teeth removed. So his teeth look kind of funny now in the front. And this right here, this bothers me. My wife gets mad at me, but this right here, I don't know if you can see, this right here bothers me. It's brown, it's real brown, right around, reddish brown, right around his mouth, all the way around. And our other dog was white. She was salt and pepper. He looks salt and pepper. He's kind of brown. I mean, I guess he is kind of salt and pepper, but he's got brown in spaces. But this right here, it just aggravates me that it's. And our other dog, Maddie, she would get the same looking color around her mouth, and I think a lot of people with schnauzers, I hear a lot of people talking about that. And see, his hair grows so long right now in his mouth that it gets in his mouth. I know that can't be fun, but this hair right here down below the bottom of his mouth, it is brown. Don't bite, Daddy. Don't bite, Daddy. He likes to chew on your finger. He's real gentle. Most of the time. What are you doing, Merlin? Stop that. My wife says he's playing. He's playing. But he's a cutie patootie. But yeah, what I was talking about this red. My wife used to get this red on. My bad. Our other dog used to get the red around down here, and I found out what I ended up doing was I would take a toothbrush when I was giving her a bath, and I would just brush that with the toothbrush with the regular soap, nothing fancy. I didn't do anything fancy, just the regular old soap. Stop. He bite my finger. That hurts. Look at those teeth. You see he's missing one of his front teeth. In fact, one on the top and one on the bottom you can see. And you can see he's even got some of that brown, red hair. It's up around it's up there around his eye too. And I found out with my other dog, I think his hair is just that color down there, down here. But what I found out with my other dog was that I think it was the treats that she was getting. Was these treats like begging strips or you know, any of the cheap treats. I say cheap treats. You can get them at the T-Bones and you know. No, I mean there are some cheap treats too. When I say cheap treats, I mean like the bags that you get at the Dollar Tree. There's begging strips, bacon thing. There's a T-Bones. They have different ones that's like steaks, and the dogs love them. They love those. They love those treats. But I found out that whatever they make those out of was making her mouth turn this color. I don't think that's the case with him. I think he's just really is that color. So it's just something I'm gonna have to live with. And I get it cut. I get it trimmed real close when he gets cut right there. Which he's only had one grooming so far. I mean, you know, I hadn't started cutting on him yet because I usually do some cutting myself. But he's probably gonna take a nap. Merlin, do you want to do some filming? Do you want to do a video? You want to make a video? Merlin, do your paws. Do your paws. Fix your face. He won't do it. He's not doing it for me right now. You saw he was doing it earlier. He'll do this thing where he puts his paws up on his face and does like that. It's funny. But what I started doing with Maddie, when she was getting red like that, I would take a toothbrush and just gently, you know, when I was washing her, I would just brush this with the toothbrush. And I did that with him, and it came out nice and clean, but it don't get rid of that. It don't get rid of his color there around his mouth. He's just got a brown hair around his mouth. You know, I don't think there's gonna be any way around it. Just got to, it looks dirty to me. And it probably, you know what? Tell you the truth, now that I think about it, that probably comes from his food too. I don't know why I never thought of that. And I've heard people say that the water that they drink, it will do that. That's probably coming from his food. I never even thought of that. But anyways, I don't know why I never thought of that. The treats was what was getting Maddie like that. So I started giving her carrots and green beans. And I got this little guy. He's kind of a picky eater. He's way more. Maddie would eat just about anything. The only thing that I ever gave her that she really didn't eat was lettuce. He actually will eat a little bit of lettuce, but I mean, you know, he's just sitting there chewing on it. He can't really chew it real good, and it doesn't do any good. But he will, he won't